Well, y'all, here we are, back in the Commonwealth. I had planned on getting this video out about a month ago now, but between some family emergencies and the release of Oblivion Remastered, this kinda got put on the back burner. Thank y'all so much for your patience. Now if you don't mind to go down and hit that subscribe button real quick, we'll get right on into the second part of Rebuilding the Commonwealth. We left off last video with me heading to Starlight Drive-In to bring another settlement under Minutemen control, and sure enough, that's where I headed. The mole rats who had taken up residence there didn't put up too much of a challenge, so before you knew it, we were at another settlement. Now my long-term plan with this settlement is to kind of turn it into another city, kind of like I'm doing with Sanctuary. It's just set up well to make it a city, just a big flat area for you to do whatever you want with. But that, of course, will have to wait till I get the next level of local leader and get some more resources. For now, I just built up a basic settlement, a little shack with some beds, a water purifier, some food, and a little bit of defense. I'll be back to build it up the rest of the way later. Also, looking back at the footage, I randomly built an outhouse here. Not sure why, just felt like the thing to do at the time. By this point, I was needing a doctor again, so I decided to go back to Sanctuary to get my power armor and make my way back to Diamond City. Along the way, I stopped to take care of the raiders who had set up camp at Hangman's Alley, claiming another settlement for the Minutemen. I just left after claiming the settlement, but I got some fun plans for this one later. After getting my infection healed, and making my rounds at all the shops in Diamond City, I made my way for the Cambridge police station. Someone mentioned in the comments on the last episode that the Brotherhood of Steel actually unlocks a form of fast travel even in survival mode. So as much as it pains me to say this, I will be joining the Brotherhood of Steel, and also not just blowing them up after I get the power armor. But I'm still going to be siding with the Minutemen for this run, because you will not get me to side with the Brotherhood of Steel. For a little bit of context, my first Fallout game was New Vegas, so my first interaction ever with the Brotherhood of Steel was them putting a bomb collar on you. Didn't exactly do much to endear me to them. But anyway, I helped Dance take out some feral ghouls, and then went with him to Arcjet. Once in Arcjet, I was able to take out some of my frustration with having to actually join the Brotherhood of Steel by making sure to fry Dance's mainframe. Once we got out of there, Dance gave me the righteous authority and asked me to join the Brotherhood of Steel. I made sure to have my fingers crossed behind my back while I told him I'd be honored to join. My Kentucky is really coming out in this video, before making my way back to Sanctuary. In Sanctuary, I put down some more water purifiers, and then at some point I had actually gotten the next rank of local leader, so I was able to get a doctor and a little restaurant put down in Sanctuary. After that, I was starting to run a little bit low on resources, so I made my way back to Diamond City to continue on with the main quest. I made a quick stop at Hangman's Alley on the way, so that I get it set up to start bringing in some settlers. Once I got done restocking in Diamond City, I made my way to rescue Nick. Now at some point, when I was going from Hangman's Alley to Diamond City, Preston got blown up by a super mutant, and he ended up going on back to Sanctuary, but I figured I could take out the Triggerman by myself, and I was right. As a little aside here, this is one of the main reasons I wanted Preston as my companion for this playthrough. On survival difficulty in this game, your companions can actually die, but since Preston is kind of the go-to man for the Minutemen questline, which is the fallback questline for if you screw every other one up, he actually won't die, instead just goes back to the settlement where he's been stationed. Anyway, the Triggermen are no more difficult than regular raiders, and they don't exactly wear armor, so they didn't put up too much of a fight. I just took it slow, rested when I needed to, and made it right on through to Nick. By the time we made it out to Skinny Malone, I was sick, dehydrated, and pretty much out of healing supplies, so I just used that high charisma to talk our way out of the situation. I then sat through what is always the single longest loading screen for me in this entire game. Seriously y'all, my loading times are usually not that bad because I have a really good PC, but for some reason this one loading screen always takes forever. Like I timed it out while I was watching this recording back, it took about 3 minutes for this one loading screen, whereas most of the other ones take at most like 15-30 seconds. And this happens without fail every time I play this game, to the point where I normally think that my game has crashed at this point. But then I just kind of remind myself, nope, this loading screen just takes forever, just wait, your game hasn't crashed. Let me know down in the comments if y'all have a problem with this loading screen too in your games. It can't just be me, right? Anyway, saving Nick got me a whole lot of supplies for my settlements, and selling the other stuff that I picked up got me even more. So I decided to spend a couple hours just building up my settlements. I set up a little restaurant at the Red Rocket. That's kind of what I have planned for this, just like a little hangout stop area for people on their way through the sanctuary. It's nowhere near finished, but it's definitely starting to come together. While I was here at Red Rocket, I stopped to watch what I assume is the ghost of some sort of gym bro getting in his reps on the weight bench. I swear y'all, every time I play a Bethesda game, I see some sort of new glitch. I feel like I have at least one new glitch to point out in each video, and some of y'all I know probably think I'm going out of my way to find these. I promise you, I'm not. They're just happening in the course of my normal gameplay. The next and honestly last thing for this video that I did was go and set up Hangman's Alley, and I want to show y'all Hangman's Alley because I'm actually pretty proud of what I did with it. It's a very small space, but I feel like I did a lot with that small space. Or rather, I got it set up so that I can do a lot with it once I have the resources. So here we are at Hangman's Alley. Here's the entryway. As you can see, I've added a gate and a door right here, just to give it a little bit of extra defense. In this first area, here's where I'm going to set up some shops whenever I get the resources to do so. As you can see, we got a guard here overlooking the shopping district, well, what's going to be the shopping district. And then as you enter into the main part of the settlement, I've got what's going to be kind of a little hangout area for the Minutemen. Going to put a little restaurant down here, some seating, some entertainment. My idea is to kind of have this main part of the settlement be kind of a forward camp for the Minutemen near Diamond City. That way Diamond City knows the Minutemen are here to help. We're here to add a little bit of extra stability and security. And who knows, maybe one day Diamond City will join the Minutemen. Now, one of the interesting things about this area is that crops actually don't need sunlight to grow. So I was able to put some mute fruit trees right underneath this little shack here. Also, this shack is the one thing left over from when the raiders were here. It was the one thing in the whole settlement that I couldn't break down. I don't exactly know why, but I'm making do with what we got. Still not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'll figure something out. Next, we come to the part of the settlement that I'm most proud of. This is a smaller settlement. You don't really have a whole lot of space to expand out. So I figured, well, let's just expand up. So I built 2 floors of walkway above the main floor of the settlement. And I'm kind of making it like a barracks / hotel for the Minutemen. I even put a little walkway on the top floor going out over the shopping area. Figured it might be nice for someone to just kind of walk out and just look out over the whole settlement, you know? Thought about putting a guard tower up here, but it's not really a good view for like defending the settlement. It's more of a good view for just kind of like looking out and just kind of enjoying the sights. But that's how Hangman's Alley is coming along. I need more resources to make it what I really want it to be. And honestly, I just need more resources for all the other settlements too. So I think in my next video in this series, I'm going to focus on continuing the main story a little bit so I can unlock that fast travel. And then I'm just really going to make it a point to flesh out the settlements I have. Like to this point, I've completely ignored Ten Pines Bluff. I got it so that Preston would come along with me and then just kind of left them to their own devices. So I think next episode, I'm going to build up that and my other 4 settlements that you've been seeing throughout these videos. And give you all just kind of like a good tour of built up, fleshed out settlements. Because I feel like if I keep trying to get new settlements, I'm never going to actually like focus on upgrading the settlements I have. And now that I have rank 2 of local leader, I can really do a lot of what I wanted to do with these settlements, provided I can get the resources needed. But that's going to be a bit of a project, so expect probably a couple months between this video and the next video in the series. Don't worry, you'll still be getting challenge run videos every other Friday, just like normal. My next one's in New Vegas. After that, I think I'm going to jump into Fallout 4 and do a challenge run video separate from this Rebuilding the Commonwealth. And then I've just kind of got a lot of ideas for Fallout, so I'm going to probably be doing a lot of Fallout content here soon. At some point, I'm going to jump back into Oblivion to do the Shivering Isles, but I think I just really need to get some of these Fallout ideas out. So if you've been enjoying these videos, if you like Fallout content, just be sure to go down and hit that subscribe button down there. I know, I put 2 subscribe plugs in this video, and technically there's going to be a 3rd one because my outro includes one. But I'm trying to turn this into a career. Every subscription means so much to me at this point. But like I said earlier, here in a couple weeks we're going to be in Fallout New Vegas, going through the Mojave again. And I think that's all for this video, so be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, bye!